Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to the first episode of the Premier Cast. I'm Dylan.
I'm Cassie.
I'm Rain.
I'm Greg.
And guys, we're so excited to bring the Premier Podcast here. We're calling it the Premier Cast. We thought it'd be a cute name. But essentially, we want to give you a boost in your lifestyle, fitness consumption, to give you guys key tips outside of our gym to succeed meeting your fitness and really your life goals, because it's not just fitness here. We're trying to promote a better lifestyle and a better life. So we really hope you enjoy this podcast. If you're listening to it on whatever platform you're, or if you're watching this on YouTube, we invite you to please like it if you enjoy it. Comment down below what you thought or what else you want us to discuss. And at the end of the day, if you can hit the subscribe and follow button, it'd mean a lot to us because we're trying to reach a large audience to impact a lot of lives. So with that being said, we hope you enjoy this first episode. All right, look, before we begin, I want to point something out. We're supposed to be wearing masks in the gym and everything like that. This man has not stopped wearing this bandana outside. Greg, why do you keep wearing the bandana?
No, it's cool. It's like, just anytime, just need to keep something out.
Yeah.
And
The
then
color's
just
great, too.
fashion,
How have you guys felt about the mask mandate and applying it to the gym setting and everything like that?
I think there's definitely some difficulties, especially as being active at your job and wanting to be able to breathe and, voice things to your client. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but when our mouths are covered, clients are having difficulty hearing and understanding.
Yeah, because
us.
they read lips more than listen.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and I've noticed that with clients too when they're wearing their masks. So communication's more difficult, but I think that we're working around it and being flexible. So.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the
Yeah.
day, we're just trying to keep everybody safe and healthy and stuff like that. So whether it's a bandana or whether it's a mask or everything, I mean, I know you have your group classes too, Rain. So
I know in group classes I definitely have to take more time to give them a breather, more than usual. Of course, with having the mask, it's a little bit more difficult to breathe. But overall, like Cassie was saying, I think it's been an okay adjustment, and people are learning to work through it, and we all are too.
Well, I can say that one of the biggest things that I don't know about other gyms, but I know our studio, but we saw actually a boost after quarantine because I felt like people were ready to get back into fitness, whereas before, I think quarantine told a lot of people that they had been in a place physically or maybe mentally where they didn't like. And so I think quarantine brought out a lot of want in people to get back into fitness and stuff like that. So we've seen a big boost in that, and I think we've seen a big boost in consistency. But I feel like it took a quarantine for some people to realize how important consistency was. And I know that's something that each of you guys preach. So can we go a little bit into developing the consistent mindset to reach your fitness goals and really what that takes?
Yeah, I mean, I want to note that, and just sort of elaborate on what you said, because I think that quarantine provided everyone with a lot of downtime, and we weren't able to distract ourselves from maybe some things that we should have been doing for our health. We were kind of just there with it, alone with our thoughts, and there was a lot of maybe like introspection, and people were thinking, wow, like there's things that I really need to work on, and they had time to actually realize that. So I've noticed, like you said, it's picking back up. People are knowing these are my weaknesses, this is where I want to grow. So I think it did everyone a favor in a way. Even though it was a difficult time, I think that it gave everyone the chance to sit back and be like, okay, let me reevaluate where I'm at and where I want to be.
I know with Greg, you actually said that like even you had nobody's perfect, right? I mean, you're in a really good shape, but even you struggled a little bit with quarantine, right?
I just didn't have the stuff at home, the equipment that I would have in a gym. So I'm just kind of opposite of most people. I kind of started withering away.
Yeah.
I didn't really gain weight. I lost weight.
Because you got that metabolism.
Yeah.
That freaking metabolism.
But I stayed active. I still made it a point to almost every day, because I didn't have anything else to do. Just be outside.
Yeah. Yeah. And what about you? How did it affect you?
So it was definitely rearranging my workouts and just getting into the mindset that it's okay that we're in this time frame, that we can still grow, and our bodies are always going to change no matter what. So it was a matter of how do we adjust to this, and I definitely enjoy heavy lifting, so that was definitely not an option. But it was just learning, okay, what can I do in the situation that I'm placed in, and definitely learning to adjust to that.
Do you guys think that, because you two touched on the weight things as well, we're promoting at-home workouts, do you think that you can still reach your goals and adapt to your situation even if you don't necessarily have the equipment provided to you?
Oh, definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
think that was great for clients to know too, that you don't have to have the perfect setup. It doesn't need to be the perfect time, the perfect circumstances. There's always a way.
Yeah.
And I had a couple clients that did great with virtual training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if your goal is just, weight loss or just building endurance, you really don't need that much equipment. It's just about doing the work and burning the calories.
Yeah. We did a couple of HIIT workouts together at home during quarantine.
Yep.
They were killer. I don't want to go back to those. I don't want to go back to quarantine. 'Cause I'll stick to my dumbbells and my 10 to 12 reps. I don't want any
Now you
box
got an
jumps.
excuse. You're like, oh, I have work. Or,
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to do burpees with you. That's the thing. But I can say that, like, and this is something I learned from you during quarantine, but it seems like developing the mindset to push yourself even when you don't want to be pushed is really tough. And Cassie, I wanted to ask you how you develop that mindset for yourself and what tips you would give to other people to pushing yourself and really getting in the mindset of you get the things you want when you do the things you don't want to do.
Sure. Yeah, I think we underestimate greatly the power of our minds and the power of the way that we think. And that doesn't mean you have to be excessively positive. It just means that you need to be aware of your thoughts and ask yourself, are my thoughts and my thinking patterns, because we all have patterns that develop, are they pushing me towards where I want to be, or are they holding me back in a way?
Am I thinking of pleasure or am I thinking of pain? Is
Yeah,
that kind
sure. And I
yeah.
think that we all as humans operate on a reward and consequence system.
Oh, yeah.
And most people, especially with fitness, don't take that step to get healthy until they have too many consequences.
which is then you're in a bad place.
Right. So they let it get to a point and they're like, oh, wow, now the doctor says this, or my hips, my knees, something like that pushes them when it could have been prevented. But a lot of the time we do, like kids, we need a consequence to put us on the right path.
Yes.
So it's kind of just working with your mind to get you in a place where you don't have to have that consequence.
Yeah.
But you can have some forethought. This is where I will be if I don't do X, Y, Z now.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Cassie kind of gave her tips. What do you guys suggest? Pushing yourself, getting yourself out of a rut.
I think a lot of times people come in with this idea of, okay, this is my end goal, and I'm gonna get to that end goal, which is great. But I think as people progress and they kind of start to lose sight of that, because I know with myself, with personal experience too, we forget that it's a day-to-day basis.
Oh yeah.
And that's the greatest, that's what consistency comes from. I think is just you have to set those daily goals instead of just only focusing on that end goal. Whether that's, I did an extra rep on a bicep curl, or I did more squats, I lifted heavy, or I did an extra burpee. It's setting those minor goals every day to where you are going to get to the end goal, and you are going to stay consistent
But
with it.
even before you get to the end goal, you are proud of yourself for making strides, right?
Exactly. You're proud of the progress that you're making throughout. And in all honesty, you're never really going to hit the end goal, because this is something that's always going to have to stay consistent in your life.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's just setting those daily goals that I think is what's so important with staying consistent.
And maybe that's how you fall in love with it, right, Greg?
I will fall in love with what?
Just fitness, with the little milestones.
I
before you
mean, for
get to
me
the
personally, I see what it does, to me, and I'm 34 years old, and I don't know, maybe I'm lucky, but people tell me all the time I don't look like my age. I don't feel like I'm older, and I see people struggling with the same age as me, struggling with weight, struggling with health issues, lower back problems. Everybody's complaining about their back. I have no issues, and it's from me being consistent with exercise, consistent with diet. A lot of it was learning along the way, because I have done things that were counterproductive in a way, because I've hurt myself and things, and just because I wasn't doing things quite right.
Yeah.
So that just took some education on my part and learning what I was doing wrong and how to correct that. It's just a constant learning thing. You don't just show up and you just know it all.
Right.
Right.
And then it changes with age too. Your workouts change, your diet change, your metabolism changes. So you have to keep adjusting and keep learning. And it's a week to week, month to month thing that never ends. It never ends.
It's kind of like it's not about the destination, it's about the journey there kind of thing. And it makes it fun too. It's not just being in the gym. I feel like you can get into MMA, you can get into going back and playing basketball, of course, when courts open again, or just meeting up with friends and, just playing soccer, anything like that, really trying to run for a marathon. There's so many fun things to do. And I think a lot of people think of it as like costly. I think that's one of the excuses people make is that I can't ever afford that. But if you think about devoting time to investing in your body now, it pays off in the long run.
Absolutely.
No surgeries, no back pain.
Yep.
You don't have to worry about getting in a car. You don't have to worry about struggling with back pain when your kids are opening presents on Christmas Day. I feel like that's really worth the investment, and it's really not even that expensive in the long run. If you consider how much people spend on fast food,
how much
out.
we pay for health insurance, how much you pay to go to the doctor. I mean, that's all because people don't care for themselves.
Look, I love me at Chili's. I love a 2 for $20, a $5
wrong.
margarita. Are you kidding me? But that's all that adds up.
Moderation.
It's all food, like it's all calories, like we use it all. But
Yeah.
it's just about taking in the right amounts at the right times and nothing. I tell people all the time, like don't feel guilty for doing those types of things.
Because then all of a sudden, then you're just putting yourself in a dysmorphic state where you really
definitely.
are hurting yourself mentally either way.
Yeah.
You have to be able to reward yourself with the things every now and then and still be able to build towards the body that you want.
Yeah.
And I think sorry to interrupt you, but
No,
I think that kind of goes back to that black and white thinking and self-sabotage, because so many times I hear people say, they tell themselves all the time, my clients, I ate this weekend. I'm like, okay. And they're like, no, I ate all of it. And they're like, but after I ate that, I was like, whatever, I'm going to, just go all out. When I'm like, so you took this one little tiny, meal and you blew it up to, I can't do anything, screw it, I'm just going to eat whatever, and I honestly believe that they don't realize they're doing it.
Until
but
afterwards
it
or
is
something
a
like that.
rationalization
Yeah.
and it's self-sabotage.
Oh, Lord.
And I don't think they know that. I do it to myself, not with fitness and eating, but in other ways.
I do it with Oreos. I do it with Oreos. I do it, dude. When I have one
Can't
Oreo.
just have one or two. Gotta have the whole box.
Yeah, but do you feel bad after? Yeah. Do you really?
Yeah, do I really though? Because I do it. I still do it.
Well, still though, I think that we punish ourselves for things. It's just life.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you're consistent, and if you, like you said, I really liked what you said. Don't look at that. It's great to have a long-term goal. I love that. But if that's what you're looking at the entire time, each step you take is going to be like, I'm not even close. I'm not there yet.
It's overwhelming.
But those smaller, like day-to-day goals, highlight those. I think that's a brilliant way to look at it, because it keeps you here in the moment.
Yes, being present.
And I think that's where we fail a lot, that we're looking in the past, how much I messed up, or we're looking to the future. This is where I want to be, where I should be, but we only have this moment, and just to simplify it and show up, and that's it.
Well, I think a lot of times people think that and of course you want the six pack, the chiseled jawline, the V shape, or the nice toned legs. But are you really looking for that, or are you really looking just to be proud of yourself? Are you really linking the pleasure to feeling good about yourself? Like, the images are what drive you, but really what you want is the feeling of confidence, which is one of the most cherishable emotions that you could ever attain. So I think that when you stay present, like you said, and you become proud of yourself, you start gaining confidence from your achievements and milestones. And then once you reach the body, you're already at a confident state. And that's just like the cherry on top. You kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But even with a great body and being in shape, you can, still self-confidence can be an issue for anyone. So
Absolutely.
Yep.
And that's another topic for probably another podcast.
But they do come hand in hand.
I agree.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this first episode. This is a milestone. We can't wait to do more. If you have any suggestions as to what you want covered, topic-wise, questions, please comment down in the comments below. Tag a friend who you would love to listen to this with. Guys, we can't wait to come up with more episodes to keep helping you guys, because at the end of the day, Premier is all about promoting body positivity and self-love and self-care. So we want to make sure we do that in any way possible. So thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
Bye.